magic gun, this shit ain't funny. Came in the game, got bloody. Had to leave the city, no running. I got a call, said I won't cut it. Wanna see me fall, so they sleeping on the youngin'. I evolved outside of the budget. Shot them all down and I left them all bugging. I had a dream that I made out the dungeon. Martin Luther King saw the scene, I'm running. Now I'm a king with a scheme, I'm coming. Fell in between.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Rod Talley. We're back with the 76 Legend podcast. This podcast is titled Mentality Over Everything. Thomas, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Rod, I'm doing great. How about yourself, man?
I'm good. I'm just ready to get this show started. Ready to have a great time to motivate the athletes and everything. This podcast will be talking about what is an athlete, what it takes to be an athlete, the mentality of an athlete, and the difference between hard work and talent.
Yeah, we got a short one for you today, guys. Only about 15 minutes, but we're gonna try and get as much in as possible. So first off, just want to start with Rod. What defines an athlete? I know you've been a wrestler most of your life. What do you think of when you think of an athlete?
What I think of hard work, commitment, a person that is coachable, one that will grind, you got to get dirty, you got to get sweaty, you got to put in the hard work, the commitment, the time, and it's going to come with a lot of patience. You're not just going to get there, overnight. It's going to take a long time, a hard work, commitment. It's going to be a long and bumpy road, but you just got to get to it. What about you, Thomas? What defines the athlete for you?
Yeah, man, for me, an athlete's just, I mean, really what you said, just someone who just puts in the work. I mean, who really just like cares about what they're doing, treats it like a job, treats it like something that's really gonna you know, change for the better, change their lot, just spending countless of hours just doing what you love and, eating right, drinking right, sleeping right, and thinking right. I mean, that's just the four main points.
Absolutely, man. And I'm glad you brought up the right thing to put in your body. Um, like if you want to be a great athlete, the number one thing to start with is, are you eating right? Are you
No
eating junk
cheesecakes.
food?
No cheesecakes,
Um,
guys. Come on.
yeah,
I
no
know you guys in the
cheesecakes,
comments.
man. Don't get lazy over the summer. Don't be eating a bag of chips, playing video games, and just eating your mom whole refrigerator. Just do what it takes. Put the right thing in your body. If you want to know what a full meal is supposed to be like, it's the color of a rainbow. Every color has something nutritious to get in your body to make your body work right. So make sure you're eating the right thing. Drink water. H2O is good for you. Do not teenagers. I hope you're not drinking alcohol, and I hope you're not doing anything to put waste in your body. But drink water. Stay off the soda. What I used to do, drink zero sugar calorie drinks every time. Um, I still to this day don't drink anything with sugar in it. So, putting the right thing in your body counts.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I'm not gonna lie. On weekends I'll have those little Debbie cakes or two or a little soda, man. But like,
A
I
little
can't
Debbie
lie.
cake.
Yeah, whatever they're called. What I'm talking about,
Hey,
right?
a Dairy Queen Blizzard sounds so good right now.
That's the
So,
best place on the planet, man. You can't go wrong with the Dairy Queen Blizzard. But yeah, I mean, just consuming the right thing, man. I mean, you know, whether it's just, focusing on the right, veggies, on the right meat, protein, just putting the right stuff in your body, listen to
yeah,
and
absolutely.
YouTube worked, back when I played high school soccer, YouTube worked for me. I wasn't in the best shape, but a lot of guys were, the ideal athlete were, just eating right, drinking right, working out right, and they're the type of guys you look up to, you know.
Yeah, Thomas just said it right there. He was not the ideal athlete. He ate a
Okay,
bunch
let's
of
not
junk
go into
food.
that. Let's not go into that. Yeah.
But he's absolutely right. So you want to your morning routine? What your morning routine? What your nightly routine should look like? Um, Discipline. That's the number one thing that's come down to it as being a great athlete. The discipline. Get up in the morning. First thing you should do, make your bed. And I'm saying that for real. First thing you should do, make your bed. Do that before you brush your teeth, take a shower, whatever else you feel like you got to do in the morning. Eat a
Yeah,
nice breakfast.
100%. Yeah.
Breakfast is what your body stores as energy throughout the day. You want to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Start skipping meals, guys. Skipping meal is not going to help you get fit. It's not going to help you get a six pack or anything like that. Make sure you eat every meal of the day. Just, you know, your hygiene.
Yeah.
No one want to, I was a wrestler. There was cauliflower ear, there were staph infections, there was a lot of stuff, ringworms and everything. You want to clean your body. You never know
Hmm.
what goes out there. If you don't have the right hygiene, that can make you sick. If you're sick, you're not in a gym, you're not putting in work, you're missing practice. Don't ever miss practice. That's why you always keep your hygiene clean so you won't have to worry about any of that.
Exactly. And you're right. I mean, me and Rod, we're not hygienists, We're not we're far from it. But um we're yeah, but like, it doesn't take a hygienist to realize that if you're working out and you're sweating, you're doing all that, you're burning all this, carbs and all this, you have to have something to make up for it. You got to put food back in your body, right? To grow muscle and all that. That's just common knowledge, right? And skipping your
Absolutely.
meals is going to make you weak. Skipping your meals is not good for you. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't be like Thomas. Do not skip meals and always take a shower.
Oh man,
I
I
can
don't I don't
smell
skip
him through the
meals.
TV
Oh, the
screen.
shower part. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Yeah.
So, Thomas, what do you think is the mentality of an athlete?
So that is a great question. I'm not gonna lie. So just the mentality alone is one of the biggest things that makes up an athlete, in my opinion. I cannot stress enough mentality over everything, right? Um, watch out for t-shirts for that, by the way. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, mentality over everything. The mentality of an athlete is really what makes up their whole brain, to be honest. It's just the ability to go out there, ignore the haters, and let in the people who love you most, right? And the guy who loves you most, the God who's real who loves you most, right? Um, letting him into your life, just putting him first, taking time to pray before you play a game, and listening to what he has to say. And, your family is going to be there for you, right? And just a lot of athletes nowadays tend to just forget who supports them. You know, they get all high and mighty, they get all these things and they realize who was there when you were at the bottom, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And like, there's this pyramid. Athlete, I encourage you to go by a pyramid. And in that pyramid, you have your you have your mental health, your physical health, and spiritual at top. Athlete, we have to realize without God, we aren't anything. And I'm not telling you to, become a Christian or, you know, become Buddhist, whatever you are. You always have a higher power above you. And that what helped me get through everything. That how I prepare for a wrestling meet is just, praying every single day. Because I know that I need that strength from God. A lot of athletes out here deal with depression, mental health issues, whether it
anxiety.
is anxiety or whatever it is. So if you want to get that off your chest, because we're men, men's gonna, suffer with mental health and depression, anxiety, and everything from the ages of 18 and 24. So if you're praying to that higher power, if you get in your spiritual right, everything else gonna follow. Your mental's gonna follow. Your physical health is gonna follow because you're gonna have that right mindset to go out there, get in the gym, um, get your strength up, eat right, get your body at the highest level you can, get your conditioning right. Most people miss out on cardio. They think they just can build muscle, not get any cardio in, and then they're lazy, they're out of breath after, one down and back. I hope everyone know what down and bats and suicides are,
If you
but
don't, you're one of them, guys. Nah, I'm just messing.
yeah, so get condition right.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy over the summer. I know you want to hang out with your friends. Know you want to have fun. I know you want to party. Probably ride your trucks all the way through town, blasting loud music. But you have to be a representation of your school, yourself, and your family. So get your mental right. Sit there putting more work than other people out there. It's only you. If you look at it as is you against yourself, there's no one else that out there that can beat you.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, like it's just it can't get more clear than that. I mean, and now we're not saying to just, you have to 110, always 365, 24/7 be on the grind. Like, yeah, you can take some breaks off because that's what relaxes your mentality, it relaxes your brain, be a normal person, right? But just put in more work than others. Be that
Yeah,
athlete that wants it. Be the athlete that when your friends come by and say, "Hey, bro, do you want to go get a drink?" or "Hey, bro, do you want to do this?" They see you putting in the work. It's like, "Real, bro, you been putting in the work?" It's like they see you and be the guy that people want to be, right? Be the guy that people want to look at you and be like, I want to be like him. I want to be like him, I want to be like him or her, right? Be that
yeah.
person.
Like you're gonna realize through life, you're always someone inspiration. You're always someone role model. You have to make the right choices, even when you think no one's looking. Make the right choices. Yeah, you can, be all good against your coach because you want more playing time or you want to be a starter or something like that. But if you do good when no one else is watching, everyone's gonna see that. Everyone's gonna see the work you've been putting in. Everyone's gonna see the hard work and the commitment. So there's no reason for you not to sit here and grind during the off season. Grind
Hmm.
during the off season. Mentality over everything.
Exactly. And that brings up our last point, I believe, which is just talent versus hard work. What comes to mind when you're at your, what do they call it, at the ring? I'm not
They're
110% on the
wrestling
wrestling
me.
wrestling meet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I got that in WWE mixed up for some reason, man. I don't know.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
out there and be John Cena, guys.
Yeah. But just talent versus hard work. I mean, what comes to mind when you think of that? When you look at
Um,
athletes.
the difference between I don't really like to say talent because
Hmm.
talent is understatement all the hard work someone has put in. Like no one is born and say, "Holy crap, I am a great little wrestler." I didn't come out my womb saying, "Mom, I know how to wrestle. I can double at this guy. I can hell out this guy." I had to put in all the hard work, repetition, and the commitment. And the hard work is gonna beat talent any day of the week
Hmm.
because yes, you get talent is like okay, I can sing, or I am a great speaker, or I'm yeah, it's like talent is something you're born with. Hard work is something that you build over and over and over again. You build hard work over time. And like even when I go out there on the mat and then I see someone looking a little stronger than me, slapping his headgear, um, intimidating, looking like he's a better wrestler, I'm not gonna judge that guy. Maybe he is the better wrestler, but I know that with my hard work, with my skills, with my technique, and with my coaches on my side, that I am gonna go out there, I'm gonna dominate, and I'm gonna beat this guy on the mat. And like what I always tell myself, in the middle of that mat, there's dinner. I'm a wrestler. We both starving. We've been starving all week.
Hmm.
We just cut 15 pounds. Whoever wins that match gets that dinner. That's a full plate. I want to eat. I'm starving for a win. I'm starving for a victory. So if I look at that match like it's a full course meal because I haven't ate all week. I've been cutting weight. I've been drinking water all week and probably 1 cup of water because water add, weight to you. I'm gonna look at that and say, this is my meal. this is what I am destined for. I am gonna grind for that.
Yeah, and just having that mindset, right? And you know, you made me think of something that not a lot of people are able to, uh, take in and deal with is failure, right? Failure is what makes you a great athlete.
Yeah,
Realizing your failure, right? Just realizing now, and I failed a lot, like as a soccer player, I failed a ton, and it
horrible soccer player.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I was awful, awful. But just like, no, but just like realizing your failure and just, trying to get better from it, not being like, well, man, I failed. What am I gonna do now? And just go cry about it. That's not making you a better athlete. You know, Failing, congratulating your opponent, and moving on to the next one is really the best thing you can do. Putting in that work, trying instead of going 100% the next time after you fail, go 110% and then 120. Just keep getting harder, just putting in more work until you don't fail, right?
Amen,
Until,
brother.
yeah, amen. Yes, sir, brother. Yes. But yeah, just, failure is just a big thing that athletes struggle to deal with, and it's
Yeah.
just a part of life. It's a part of the sport for both
And
men
you
and
have to
women.
picture a mindset like this. There's no such thing as failure. There's no such thing as losses. There's wins and there are lessons. You
Lessons. Yep.
learn from those mistakes. You learn from those failures. You learn from those losses. You make everything like, okay, this is a lesson. Watch your film. How your teammate or whatever, film, whatever thing. If you're a football player, you're gonna already have the film. Coach probably gonna chew your tail out in the locker room if you mess up. But if you're a wrestler, you're not gonna really have that film. So what you need to do is get your teammates to film your matches or whatever. Even film your practices. When you go live in practice, watch that. Watch that film. Realize what you did wrong. Realize what you could have did in that situation. Just learn from your mistakes. There's no such thing as failures. Let it be lessons.
Exactly. And I call it failure because that's the word that people have used. But when you think of the word failure, think of what Rod said, right? Think of it as a lesson. Like, so when you're failing, and when my friend, after we had a big loss in a soccer match one time to a team that we shouldn't have lost to at home, and I was defeated, and I heard my friend say to my other friend, "Hey man, don't think of a failure as you failed. Think of it as a time to grow." And I thought that like the whole way home. I was like, "Yeah, he's right." Like, you know, we didn't fail. We did what Rod said. We had a lesson. There was a lesson that we had to learn. We did something wrong. They capitalized on it, and we have a lesson to learn. And it's not a failure. It's just a lesson, a new lesson to learn. I mean, and if anything, it's a bonus because it means that you have something else to work on and you have something to get even better at, right?
Yeah.
And because nobody's perfect, and I feel like a lot of athletes nowadays feel like they feel as though they're perfect. Just the best athletes realize who they are and using their potential to the best of their abilities.
Yeah. And I absolutely agree with that, man. No one's perfect. It's all about how much you grind and how much you want it. Go out
Hmm.
there and find a purpose. Thomas, right here, great person, great podcaster. Even though he got his hello, this is McDonald's. What can I get you headphones on? He's gonna be a great person. So just make sure you know that no one's better and you're not better than anyone. Stop being in the locker room and saying, to your teammates, "Oh, I'm better than you." No, don't say that. Help your teammate get at the same level as you. When I wrestle, I always wanted to wrestle the guy that was always better than me, the one with the most wins, the bigger guy, because I wanted to be like that person. And then after I was done whooping his tail, I go on to the next great athlete.
He secretly
Be
lost, guys. Don't listen to him. No.
Hey, I only lost 705 matches.
Hmm. You mean you only learned from 705 matches? I mean, it's again, this is a mentality, like, just realizing, where you are, where you're at in life, right? So that's
Yeah.
that's one thing that I've just always thought about growing up since I was a little kid is just where am I right now? Like, and I might sound like He no way he thought of that when he was a kid.
You're
That's
at home
too
right now.
smart. Yeah. Yeah, just thinking about where you're at right now, like what stage of your life are you at where you can make yourself a better person, right? What stage of your life are you at where you can just be a better athlete? Be a grind, be a person who grinds, like, a person who wants to put in that work and go out, wake up at 5 a.m. Every morning, go out on that field, go out on that wrestling mat and do what you have to do and go home, right? I mean, know where you are in life to do those things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And athletes, surround yourself with the right person. Surround yourself with people that are motivated for you. Surround yourself with people that motivates you. I have seen a lot of athletes get in a bad crowd and their life goes downhill. If you want to be a great, successful athlete, stay away from the trouble. That's all you have to
Hmm.
do. It's so easy to not get in trouble. It's called to not put yourself in that situation at all. So once you surround yourself with the right people and do the right thing for yourself, you're gonna be successful.
And put God first. In everything you do,
Absolutely.
put God first. A lot of people say, put others first, put yourself first. Yeah, put those people first, but like put God first, everything you do has a purpose with under God, right? Everything that happens has a purpose. And again, like we say, failures in parentheses or what I wasn't good at English, whatever they're called, quotations, right? um, uh, just failure, as we say, is a lesson, right? And God put you through that lesson for a reason, right? Why would it happen? Well, because God wanted it to happen, right?
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and Rod's had a lot of lessons, okay? Rod has had a lot of lessons.
Hey, I learned from those lessons. I learned
He
from
does, he
them.
does.
You know, it's the that's the best part of it. Is swinging like you're gonna go up to bat one day. You're gonna keep swinging. You're gonna have some strikeouts. But one day you keep swinging, you keep practicing, you're gonna have yourself a home run. Just do whatever it takes to have that home run.
That's a
And I
great,
don't know
yeah.
why I just brought up baseball right now, but
No, that's a
get the
great
home run.
comparison. Yeah, because like think about it. What's the average of a baseball player? Like point 0.3, like 30%, 20% that they have make something happen. But that's like not a home run. That's like a base hit or like get on base, right?
Hmm.
Like what's the other 70%? Them striking out, pop flies, whatever. I'm not sure how baseball works, but like, all that stuff. So they're not working a lot of the time, right? They're not doing, the things they need to do a lot of the time, you know. So just being able to handle the losses, right? Being able to take them to heart and realize what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Um, and to end out this podcast, just advice I want to give to you: be the best version of yourself. And remember, I said yourself. Don't be anyone else. You don't have to be anyone else. The best version of yourself is you. So put the grind in, put the hard work in, eat right, do what it takes to be a great athlete. A great athlete is coachable. A great athlete helps other. A great athlete do whatever it takes when no one else is watching. Be great when no one else is watching.
Be good, be a good character, be a God, be one man, woman under God. Just be that person that people look up to, as Rod said. All you viewers out there, just listen, listen to what God has to say. Listen to your peers, listen to people who care about you. Don't listen to the haters because they want you to fail, right? Um, but be a legend, be you. You know, be someone that's going to be remembered.
Absolutely. And make sure you subscribe, like this video. Tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us what you want us to talk about. We'll always be there. We're there for our fans. Make sure you DM us on Instagram, buy some merch. Our mentality over everything, hoodie, shirts, and hat is coming soon. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification button, follow us on Instagram at 76 underscore
A
legend.
stick, I bet you miss it. My brody got pocket aim, you know his finger always itching. If fiending for some action, we gon' teach him how to snitching. Now show me where they at, I swear to God, they just some bitches. Today just ain't your day, I seen your name up on the hit list.